How much hair can you expect to grow with a standard way of treating male pattern baldness, meaning using Finasteride and Minoxidil? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you some of the best responders to this therapy I have seen. These are going to be cases from Reddit, and we are going to be mainly focusing on guys with more advanced hair loss before starting the therapy, starting at around Norwood 3.5 all the way up to Norwood 6. There are going to be also cases with a lot of diffuse thinning. So if you are interested how Finasteride and Minoxidil combination will work for those people and what you could expect potentially, make sure you stay tuned until the end of this video. And before we start, as always, shout out to our sponsor GoFiber. These are hair building fibers you can use to mask any thinning or patchy areas on your scalp to make your hair look thicker and better. So make sure you check out the link in the video description below where you can visit GoFiber, get a free sample of your choice and try them out. See if you like them. The first case, this guy started experiencing hair loss pretty early. With 18, he already looked like a Norwood 4. I mean, that's looking already like a lot of hair loss, man. For 18, he got on Finasteride 1 year ago. 1 year later, look at that. We see like at least 50 to 60% improvement right there. And the next year, it got even better. This is the year, or the second year on Finasteride. Makes sense to add Minoxidil already into the mix to get better results, to get thicker hair faster. Now, he did not do it. He still kept on taking Finasteride for 6 more years and nothing really changed. I mean, it looked pretty much the same, much better than in 2013, by the way. So not only he was able to not lose more hair from 2013 to 2021, he actually got more thicker hair and more hair on his corners. Now, what happened once he started with Minoxidil? Well, much better hair thickening. The hair looks much more healthier. Obviously, he combed it here, the hair from the lateral humps, he kind of combed it over the midsection and the frontal third, which makes it look more voluminous and even better than it maybe looks in reality. But nonetheless, come on, I mean, this is looking amazing. Now, would I advise to use oral Minoxidil 5 mg to everybody? No, you could easily replace oral Minoxidil 5 mg with 5% topical Minoxidil without propylene glycol, which is non-irritating, plus the microneedling. This is actually a safer option to use instead of taking oral Minoxidil 5 mg. It's quite high of a dose if you ask me. I use personally 1 mg or sublingually, which is also an oral Minoxidil, but I use it under the tongue and it dissolves. It's much more safer in my opinion, that's why I use it. But again, I would not recommend everybody to use oral Minoxidil in 5 mg setting because it can already come with some side effects related to your blood pressure, related to your heart, and so on and so on. More on that in my other videos for all of you guys. If you are interested, I'm gonna link them in the description below where you can learn more about safety of oral Minoxidil. Now, yes, you can get amazing results with oral Minoxidil. It works well. It works pretty fast. You know, just adding Minoxidil to your existing Finasteride regimen, after 5 months, you should be noticing some really strong improvements because Minoxidil acts rather quickly. Finasteride is the one that really needs some time to give you good thickening, as you have seen also in this case. That's pretty much what the studies also kind of demonstrate. You get about 80% of your result with Finasteride in the year number 1, and then you can get still some boost in the year number 2, and even past that, but most of the guys get most of the results with Finasteride in the year number 1. We have a 4-year update, Finasteride plus Minoxidil plus microneedling. So let's have a look. So this is the situation before. We see a lot of diffuse thinning, some preservation of the hair in the frontal third and mid scalp, but it's pretty much looking like a diffusely thinning Norwood 5. We see a good recession on the crown as well. Okay, wow. Okay, this looks like a pretty amazing hair transplant on the crown. If we compare this before to this, I mean, he's talking about 4 years. So 4 years is a good amount of time to give to a treatment for it to show some efficacy, but this is looking amazing if this is true. Not the highest quality picture I would wish, but nonetheless, I mean, it seems like it's the same guy. I mean, if it would have been a transplant, we would be able to tell by now, but it doesn't look like he got any of the strip or FUE done, because if he would have done a transplant, it would have been a major one and we would be able to notice on the donor, but it doesn't look like that. Especially the crown, it's like it's fascinating how thick this hair got. One of the best comebacks I have ever seen, really. Probably the microneedling also helped a lot with the absorption of minoxidil topical. So he also kind of described it more in detail. So in the year number 1, he only used finasteride 1 milligram per day. In the second year, he added topical minoxidil, and in the third year, he added also microneedling. And in the fourth year, it seems like he's only using finasteride and occasionally some minoxidil. So that's interesting that he's able to keep that hair while actually stopping minoxidil or just using it occasionally. That's interesting. Wow. Nonetheless, one of the best results I have seen, but I have some skepticism here whether it is the same guy or not. Now, the case number 4, it's a gentleman who went on minoxidil and finasteride as well. Minoxidil foam 5%. I have done no microneedling, but I'm thinking about starting. So this is minoxidil without microneedling, everybody. So this is his situation before and after. As we can see, it's a nice regrowth after 9 months. He has very, very fine hair naturally, but I mean, look at that. He gained a little bit from his hairline as well, but it's not as sharp looking as it used to be. Look at the crown, how much hair he gained. So that's 9 months. Now, I also found his 14-month update where we can notice his crown got even better. And surprise, surprise, everybody, 5 months of weekly microneedling. So that's something that he added somewhere between month number 9 and month number 14. So by adding microneedling, we can see him responding, instantly better. Not necessarily on the front, maybe a little bit. I don't know, let me know what you guys think, but I definitely would say that his crown got better as a result of adding microneedling, not necessarily the front. Another case is a 33-year-old male who used topical finasteride with minoxidil, seems like a 2-in-1 solution, with bi-weekly derma rolling, and we can see a comparison. It's almost a year of a difference, like 18 of May 2021 and January 15, 2022. Something around there, 8 to 9 months of difference. If you look at it, I mean, you can definitely see how much like diffusely thinning his frontal third used to be, even a good portion of the mid-scalp, and after it looks like, wow, like he saved himself, I don't know, almost like, it looks like 2,500 grafts hair transplant. Many guys do that mistake, unfortunately, I'm seeing, where, they see themselves already like almost like failing situation where it couldn't be saved with any treatment, and they get transplant prematurely instead of, getting on treatment and really saving themselves a lot of money and also grafts in the donor. So really, guys, I would advise to anybody not to lose hope and faith and really get that finasteride, at least finasteride, if not finasteride and minoxidil combination time to work for at least 9 to 12 months, and then consider hair transplant for what hasn't been kind of regrown or thickened with the medication. Amazing response. Over the years, I have looked at thousands and thousands of cases, finasteride and minoxidil cases. This is still one of the way above average in terms of response, and not everybody will respond like that, but still this is something that could motivate you. As far as his microneedling device, he was using DermaPen with 1.5 millimeter setting every other week. No side effects. That's pretty cool. Now, this is a case we have already covered on our channel before. This guy has been a hyper responder, not a super responder. He's the top 0.5% of responders to finasteride only. This is not even minoxidil. That's amazing. So as you can see here at the bottom, these are the before photos, and at the top there are after photos, just 4.5 months. Now this guy posted this like 3 years ago. Now, how does he look today? Well, he actually posted an update 3 months ago, and he seemed to like switched from the finasteride that gave him those results in a matter of 4.5 months, and he switched to dutasteride. We know that dutasteride is stronger, it will be able to thicken your hair better, and you will get a even potentially better regrowth. So probably that's why he did that, or I don't know. He's definitely responded well to finasteride, so I'm wondering what might have been the reason why he switched. It seems to be the 0.5 milligram dutasteride daily that he's using right now, and we can see that what he gained initially with finasteride seems to be preserved with his dutasteride regimen. Now the last result that I would like to show you guys would be a progress of a patient who used only finasteride 1 milligram daily, and it seems to be like a one year result in 1 quarter. He definitely thickened a lot of his hair in the frontal third, the mid scalp got better, obviously the hair is longer on the after picture, but nonetheless this is worth doing for a year, you know, and 1 quarter. It's worth getting on finasteride to see if maybe you are the type of guy who will respond like that to finasteride, and then again save yourself money on a transplant and all that. So that's worth it because finasteride is cheap and you can just give it a try, microdose it. You could also do the topical finasteride, that's completely fine too, but you know, try it. Give it a shot for a year to see how it works. That's what I would advise to everybody. This guy probably would respond even better by adding minoxidil and needling. So that's something that he still has in his sleeve. And I would definitely hop on some minoxidil, either topical or oral, based on what's your preference and what side effect profile are you willing to tolerate and what risk you want to tolerate here. But that's, again, a whole another discussion, guys. This video was meant to motivate many of the guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, for more info about my one-on-one consulting services, check out the link in the video description below where you can learn more about how I can help you reach your hair goals faster, more efficiently, without trial and error or bad mistakes costing you stress, money, and time, utilizing hair loss treatments, hair transplants, and scalp micropigmentation. I hope to see you soon again in another video, and take care.